Some seasons of life feel like you're being moved into a room you never asked to enter. We all know the feeling. You walk into the waiting room at the hospital, or you sit down at the kitchen table after a difficult phone call you weren't expecting. Nothing is familiar, nothing feels steady. You're somehow in a place you never planned to be, and you have to decide who you'll be in that unsettling moment. That's the world of Daniel today. He's not in Jerusalem. He's far from home. He's not at the temple. He's not surrounded by people who believe like him. He's young. He's far from home. He's taken without a choice. Exile is disorienting. It's also humiliating because it strips away everything of who you are. And it dispels the illusion that faith is easy. Yet something strange happens there. Exile becomes a lesson, a quiet one, a painful one, but a lesson all the same. Daniel and his friends learn that faithfulness does not depend on where you are. It depends on who you are becoming. They study the language of Babylon, but refuse the spirit of Babylon. They learn new customs, but keep their hearts anchored in the God of Israel. Everything is foreign, yet God is forming something in them that Babylon cannot change. The gospel brings us to a similar lesson, but this time inside the temple. The wealthy put in large sums. It looks impressive. They even raise their hands before they drop the coins, so that everyone around them can hear how many fall into the offering dish. But Jesus isn't teaching an economics class here. He's trying to teach us about spiritual awareness, to go deeper than just beyond what we see on the surface. The widow approaches with only 2 small coins. The daily activities of the temple do not stop for her. No heads turn to notice her. No one even gives her any recognition. But Jesus sees her. He sees the spiritual depths hidden inside her heart. He sees a heart where trust is stronger than fear, a heart where faith is measured by relationship rather than resources. Daniel is not faithful because his life is stable. The widow is not trusting because she has financial options. Both are faithful because God remains God, even when nothing else feels certain. That's the part that confronts us today. We like to wait for faith to feel easier. We want to trust when we're rested. We want to give when we have plenty. We want to follow God when circumstances make it convenient. But exile and poverty do something to us that we do not expect. They sharpen our souls because they reveal who we are without any props. And that might be where we stand today, not in Babylon or in the temple treasury, but in the places where life has not gone the way we had hoped. The routines that don't feel spiritual anymore, the conversations we wish we could have avoided, the tasks that feel beneath us, the burdens we did not choose. But these places can become valuable spiritual lessons. Not because God enjoys our suffering. He doesn't. They become lessons because these moments expose what we reach for when control is taken out of our hands. Some reach for complaints. Some reach for escape. Some reach for distraction. Some reach for blame. But saints, they reach for God. Daniel reaches for him in exile. The widow reaches for him in poverty. The martyrs we honor today reach for him in persecution. And here, in the quiet of this church, Christ trains us to reach for him in the Eucharist, because he is the only one who remains steady when the ground gives way around us. So if this day feels heavy or unfamiliar or outside your plans, don't dismiss it. It might be the room where God is hoping to teach you something essential about your faith. Let him find you if you are ready to learn.